Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and we are just 72 hours away as I'm recording this video from the release of one of the most requested games to come to PC ever since I got into PC gaming in 2011. Red Dead Redemption 1 has been one of the most requested games to be released on PC, and there were many over the years, and one by one it felt like the dominoes were falling, where this game came to PC, that game to PC. I mean, these days, PC gaming has just about every game outside of Nintendo titles, and if you want to play Nintendo titles, I won't get into it, but let's just say some people can make it happen, if you know what I'm saying. But even in the case of Red Dead Redemption 1, if you really wanted to play it, you could play it, but never did we get a native release on PC. That is finally changing on October the 29th, and in this video, I want to go over everything that you should know about the game before you spend your $50. We'll go over some of my opinions on the game, some history about the title, and on top of that, we'll go over everything that's included in this edition of the game. And we'll go over one of the biggest talking points about it, that being the system requirements, which is quite interesting. Now, first of all, if you circle back to Rockstar's initial post of the game, where they announced that Red Dead Redemption and Undead Nightmare are now available to pre-purchase on PC. This new version of these classic experiences includes a host of PC-specific features, including native 4K resolution at up to 144Hz on compatible hardware, monitor support for both ultra-wide and super ultra-wide displays, that's 21:9 and 32:9 respectively, HDR10 support, and full keyboard and mouse functionality. On top of that, you will have support for NVIDIA DLSS 3.7 and AMD FSR 3.0 upscaling technology. NVIDIA DLSS frame generation will be available for support as well on 4000 series GPUs, adjustable draw distance, shadow quality settings, and more. There will be some PC refinements, and based on some of the early discussion, it is seeming like the PC version of the game is going to look better than the PlayStation 4 port that's playable on PlayStation 5 of Red Dead Redemption 1 that released last year in August. Honestly speaking, for $50, that port wasn't all too great. It was locked at 30 FPS at launch. That will not be the case with this version. But the system requirements are a bit of a cause for concern for some people, and we'll go over those at the end of this video. Red Dead Redemption 1, like I said, is one of the most iconic video games of all time. Rockstar, obviously known for their work on the Grand Theft Auto titles, but for me, Red Dead Redemption is what hits home with me. I love the Wild West setting, and I like the more serious, narrative-driven element of Red Dead Redemption. The tone is a lot more serious, and I feel like there's more depth in terms of the character development. This is true, in my opinion, with Red Dead Redemption 1 and Red Dead Redemption 2. While I do think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the better game, strictly from the standpoint of RDR2 came out, what was it, 8.5 years after the release of Red Dead 1. You're just talking about so many technical advancements. Red Dead Redemption 1 is going to be a game that certainly will show its age visually to an extent. It's still a decent-looking game, and the world has quite a bit of content to it, but it's a 2010 game at the end of the day, so keep your expectations in line. With that being said, that $49.99 price tag has also been under fire quite a bit, given that it's a 2010 game and it's $49.99. Now, with this release, you do not have multiplayer support either. Multiplayer content is not available in this release of Red Dead Redemption. However, you will get all of the content from Red Dead Redemption, all of the content from Red Dead Redemption's expansion in Undead Nightmare, which is a great piece of additional content, might I add. If you want to know the Red Dead Redemption 1's level of content, we'll use How Long to Beat the base game. This is without Undead Nightmare. The main story is about 18 hours. Main and sides is clocking in at 26 hours. Completionist playthroughs will take 46 hours. You also have Undead Nightmare baked into it. Main story for that, 7 hours. Main and side, 8 hours. Completionist, about 12.5 hours. So, if we take Red Dead Redemption 1 at 25 hours, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare at 8 hours, and then some of the bonus content, you're looking at 30 to 35 hours of gameplay for the majority of people going through the game. I think that's fairly good, and if you're going for a completionist route, it's going to be a little bit longer. But might I add that Red Dead Redemption, this release also includes the bonus content from Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year Edition. There were some other DLC packs. Now, some of these are pertaining to multiplayer content, which unfortunately, again, multiplayer content will not be available. But the additional DLC that was included in the Game of the Year Edition was Liar's in and Cheats, Outlaws to the End, Legends and Killers, Free Roam Pack, the Hunting and Trading Pack, Myths and Mavericks, and then Solomon's Folly. That was all available with the Game of the Year edition. On top of that, the pre-order content was also available: Deadly Assassin Outfit, Warhorse Pack, and the Golden Guns Pack. All of that will be baked into Red Dead Redemption, barring the multiplayer content, which again is a little bit of a bummer. The $50 price tag is certainly something you can criticize. I understand Rockstar's rationale for pricing it at $50, and hey, if you don't deem it worthy of $50, by all means, don't pay $50 for it. The content, as far as hours of content you're gonna get, I feel like is fairly worthwhile, and the people that are super excited for it, I feel like it's gonna be a case of a lot of attachment towards playing RDR1 back in 2010. It's one of the more iconic video games of all time, and if you did love Red Dead Redemption 2, remember that Red Dead Redemption 1 is a sequel to Red Dead 2. So you don't have to play Red Dead 2. Red Dead 1 tells its own story, but if you only played Red Dead 2, Red Dead 1 tells the story of John Marston, and it's a pretty emotionally gripping story the whole way through. I do also have to go over the system requirements because that has been a little bit of a cause for concern. Now, I do believe this game is going to be fully playable on the Steam Deck. It's not going to be deck verified because you will need third-party account linking with Rockstar Games' account launcher and everything like that, so it won't be deck verified, but deck playable. GTA 5 is playable on the deck, and if GTA 5 is playable on the deck, you're damn right Red Dead 1 is probably going to be playable on the deck, ROG Ally, everything like that. But going over the minimum requirements: Intel Core i5 4670, AMD FX 9590, 8 gigs of RAM, a GTX 960, a Radeon R7 360. None of that is too big of a deal. All that is fine. Like, a 960 is considerably better than PS3 hardware, let's be real here. But, you know, most of you guys have better than a 960. Recommended is a little bit interesting, to say the least. Core i5 8500, Ryzen 5 3500X, 8 gigs of RAM, RTX 2070 or a 5700 XT. You guys, this is a PlayStation 3 game, and an RTX 2070 being recommended. That better be for 4K maxed out at 60 frames per second. The issue with a release like this is the concern of how the port is going to be. We've seen Rockstar releases like the GTA trilogy where it wasn't a mainline Rockstar release. It was kind of done by a secondary team in a re-release. Those ports don't turn out all too well, so definitely, if you are able to wait, if you are not so excited for this, I would say wait, see how the reception is towards the port and the PC version. I'm sure if there are any issues, modders, everybody involved are going to figure out how to fix it, but it's still a case of this is a $50 game for a 2010 title. It should be good right out the gate, but these system requirements are a little bit concerning. I know it's probably for 4K resolution, 60 FPS, but Rockstar doesn't even outline that. I feel like the standard these days should be multiple tiers of system requirements, even more than 2, which a lot of developers do. A lot of developers go for 4, 5, even 6 tiers of system requirements. At least 4 tiers of requirements or 3 tiers of requirements, and pointing out what settings to expect, what resolution, what frame rate to expect. These things would all go a long way, but it's a re-release by Rockstar. You can't really expect that level of detail being rolled out with a release like this, but that is a little bit concerning. I should also note, 12 gigabytes for an install size. It's a relic of a bygone era where we could expect games that were less than 100 gigabytes. RIP to anybody installing Black Ops 6. I should say RIP to their SSDs that they have. But 12 gigabytes, it'll be a seamless install. It'll go right in there and it won't be too big of a deal. So at least that it's got going for it. Rockstar hasn't been too transparent with all of the information about the PC release, so again, that's a little bit concerning. A 2010 game for $50 is always going to have its criticism, and I totally understand that. Rockstar is Rockstar, and they're going to price games however they want. Like, it is what it is. At least you get the base game, you get Undead Nightmare, you get the bonus content from the Game of the Year edition. And at the very least, it's just exciting to see this game on PC, on Steam. No Epic Game Store exclusivity nonsense, no Rockstar launcher exclusivity nonsense like they tried to pull with Red Dead 2 was a few week exclusive to Epic Game Store and the Rockstar launcher, and I believe GTA Trilogy was an exclusive for a little bit on the Rockstar launcher. All of that nonsense eliminated. Red Dead 1 on Steam should do very, very well from a sales standpoint. I'm happy they're dropping it on Steam right out the gate. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.